I am DYANAROZAY, and I bring a unique commentary to your favorite reality TV shows and whatever is popping on social media. If you are not a subscriber, please become one. Hit that notification bell too, that way you don't miss any of my videos. I go by DYANAROZAY on all platforms, and I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me. What's up, Supreme Team? Welcome to the channel. Come on in, come on in, come on in. What's up, Lady D Keys? I need to make sure that you guys can hear me. So if you can hear me, let me know. Drop your city, your state, your country, your island, your continent, wherever you are from, into the chat real quick, and make sure you say hello to Lady D Keys. She is a moderator, volunteering her time in the chat. But what is up, everybody? Nice to have you. Nice to have you. Come on in. Come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I see Gloria in the house. What's up, Gloria from St. Louis? Nice to have you. Hope you are doing well. Come on in. Generva. Hey, Generva from Houston. Nice to have you. Welcome, 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 child. Listen, we got some things to talk about. Y'all know I've been telling y'all about Shannon Sharpe. I was the first one to report to y'all because I was looking up that case. I was like, I just want to see what Shannon Sharpe's going to do following the P. Diddy trial. And sure enough, trial happened in, I think it was Nevada last week, Thursday. And apparently the defense was there. Shannon Sharpe's attorneys were there, allegedly. But the plaintiff was not. Gabby was not. So we're going to talk about what just happened, baby, because he did exactly what I said he was going to do. So come on through. What's up? What's up, Avery? How are you? What's up, Hotlanta? Nice to have you. What's up, Durham, North Carolina? Nice to have you. What did I have? Let me see if I can find my meme real quick. Let me find my meme. Hold on. Can I find it? Here we go. This is true for most people, child.
Ooh-wee. Look what that money make a bitch do.
Look, I don't even have it up. Look, it didn't even show it right. Let me play it again. When people start changing their mind.
Ooh-wee. Look what that money make a bitch do.
Look what that money look what that money do, okay? People be demanding punishment all the time, but the people that should be punished, they got a little bit of money, they can buy their way right on out the punishment, but it doesn't stop everybody else from getting their neck stepped on, child. Come on through, come on through, come on in, come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. But yeah, we are talking about them. Porsha Williams is unbothered by this $500,000, $500,000 lawsuit that her ex-husband has thrown out there. We're going to talk about what she got going on. Who else? The Biebs. I told y'all that the Biebs was in some financial trouble, child. And a lot of people have been speculating that there was trouble at home between him and his boo thing, his wife. Looks like there's some changes that's gone on. We're going to talk about that too. What's up, Trinidad? Nice to have you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And some other stories too. So stick around for everything. Hit the like button, please, and thank you. Share the video, all the things, all the things. I appreciate y'all for showing up today. Keep talking to me in the chat, and we're about to get into the first story, okay? Coming through. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Bear with me. All right, I made a whole lot of noise. I made a whole lot of noise. But anyway, let's get to this first story. Starting with Jamal White, the 7-year-old who was snatched up off the streets right in front of his house. Okay. And a lot of people have been questioning, this is just too peculiar. What's going on? What's going on? Well, new details have come out today. So I think I talked to y'all about this yesterday or the day before. I said that Child Protective Services CPS had come through, had taken the child. And there was just, they had to investigate what was going on. Is the child safe at the house? Of course. Well, then the uncle was arrested, and then the mother was arrested. And now more details have come out where they are basically saying that this was just a D deal gone wrong, okay? And that the dad and the mom and the uncle look like everybody's involved, okay? So it says the kidnapping of 7-year-old Jamal White was initially a planned robbery targeting his mother, Wendy Williams, who was described by the primary suspect, Corey Williams, as a well-known dealer. Okay, so she ended up getting her son snatched off the streets because I guess she owed somebody some change, child, either owed the change or the product, and it did not go well. So anyway, they said that the mom is a well-known dealer who flaunted her money and the narcotics on FaceTime all the time. When the suspects, Corey Williams, 25 years old, he was the one who allegedly, after he snatches the child, he goes on to his Facebook or whatever. He went live and it actually showed his face. They actually show his face, okay? Or he showed the little boy's face. They said the 25-year-old, he was 25-year-old, and then there was a 38-year-old who arrived at the mother's residence on July 11th and found out that she was not there. Then they shifted their plan to rob Jamal's father, which would be, I guess, her baby daddy. And then the surveillance footage and the police reports confirm that when the suspects approached the father with pow-pows drawn, he ran inside the house, leaving the child outside on his bike. And then the suspects, being as stupid as they are, they just decided to abduct the baby, taking him at pow-pow point, okay, and driving to a house where he was later found safe on July 12th. There was an Amber Alert issued. I know I posted it on my IG stories, but they did demand a $100,000 ransom and jewelry from the mother. She did not show up with the money or the jewels, okay, to retrieve her son. And that's what we got so far. So this is going to be real bad, basically. I thought it was a GoFundMe scam. Did you really? I didn't know what it was, but when they showed the video and you saw that the car was parked in the neighborhood, like the car was in the neighborhood looking, clearly paying attention to what was going on at that house, and you saw the adults run in, I was like, this is just, I don't know. There's something creepy about it. But it was even more creepy that the actual kidnapper, okay, would show up on his live with the child, like, look what I got. I don't know. I don't think anybody there probably has a high school education. They all seem like they are just real slow. Okay. That's exactly what I thought, Peggy. I was like, there's something wrong. So at this point, we're going to see what happens next, child. But you got this going on, and I don't know. It makes your head hurt, don't it? We got to figure this out, child. Anyway, y'all talk to me in the comments. Moving on. At this point, she's going to be in trouble. But when they had the CPS take the child, I was like, damn, there's something ain't right. It's unfortunate. I wish that it would have been different, but it's not. Let's move on, child. Tom Girardi. Let's talk about Tom real quick. Y'all know Tom Girardi from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, okay? Ex-husband of Erica Jane. Well, he had to turn himself in after a $15 million heist. After a $15 million heist, he is now going to jail. He did try to get out of it, baby. He went to court. He said, I don't know nothing. I got to go to work after this. He stood up while he was inside the testimony box, let his pants fall down to his ankles. He did everything he could to do the rest of his time at a nursing home, okay? But unfortunately for him, the forensic psychiatrist said, nah, he fine. He's fine. He can go to jail, child. And even if he's not, let's say I'm wrong. This is coming from the psychiatrist. She said, if I'm wrong, there's actually places in prison. There's doctors in prison who can handle this. The man needs to go to jail, okay? So he surrendered himself to prison, okay? After stealing $15 million, embezzling $15 million of his client's money, actual surviving victims of families who lost their family in a plane crash, he only has to pay $2.3 million of that money back. I don't know why the restitution amount is so little, because where's the rest? Who has it? Where is it? I'm assuming it's in the Caymans or something, and Erica Jane is living her best life. But he actually surrendered to do his time today, 86 years old, and he's going to start his 7-year sentence for fraud. He will possibly not come out. You know what I'm saying? You won't get to see the outside again, but we shall see. A lot of people thought that about Bill Cosby, and they said Bill Cosby is as healthy as he ever was. He's just a little bit blind, is how they put it. But we shall see. Who are you talking about? No one calls Simon's name. I was gonna say, who are you talking about? But yeah, let me know what y'all think. Hell no to the no. I don't know. If you, let me ask y'all in the chat real quick. I should have put up a poll. If you had the opportunity to steal 15 million, okay, and only do 7 years in prison, only have to pay back 2.3 of the 7 that you stole, would you do it? Put a 1 in the chat for yes, a 3 in the chat for no. In 7 years, you'll be at home. You'll have $12.7 million that you can spend however you choose, because clearly nobody gives a shit. Let me know what y'all think. The taxpayers may have to pay the rest. You think? Oh, shit. Look, 3. Jesus. So what did I say? 1, you'll do the bid, 7 years come out, or did I say 1, you wouldn't do it? No. So Peggy said you wouldn't do it. Just put no or yes. Hell, I don't even remember what numbers it was. If you would never steal 15 million, even if it was a promise, you'll come out in 7 years, you'll have $13.7 million waiting on you. Okay? If that's something you think you could do 7 years and have 13 million waiting on the other side. Let me know in the chat, put a yes. If not, if you just want to walk the right side of the law, put no. Okay, no ma'am, no. I love my freedom and peace. No amount of money is worth it. Okay. All right. Well, I'm just asking. We ignore these types of crimes all the time. What do they call these people? White collar criminals. We ignore this shit all the time, but this is what happens. Okay. This type of stuff happens all the time, every day, all day long, and nobody blinks an eye, but everybody wants, Chris from down the street to go to prison for 80 years for stealing a pizza. You know what I'm saying? I'm just asking. We got to pay attention to everybody's shit. We turn a blind eye to a lot. Okay. Let's talk about somebody else. Speaking of money, let's talk about what the president is up to. He just signed an order. Well, it says President Trump to sign an order, so I guess it's on his desk. An executive order that is going to limit the amount of money that college players can earn. Okay, so basically your name, your image, your likeness, that's what it stands for. NIL, name, image, likeness. And there was a whole fight to get these college players, who these colleges make millions off of. Millions off of. There was a whole fight to help these college players get their just due. Like, if you're going to start putting them on boxes and shoes and shit like that, you're going to make jerseys, they should get a percentage. Well, now the federal government, who has, at least this administration, we don't get involved in the state's business. This needs to be decided by blah, blah, blah. There's way too much power that the federal government has over, shit that should be decided within your own household. At least that's what I heard. Well, now they're getting involved and they're deciding that black and brown, winkety wink, 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 black and brown kids should not get paid as much money as the colleges, even though they weren't anyway. Check that out. What's up, Erica? Nice to have you. He signed an order for teachers who can whip students again. Oh, Jesus Christ. You're kidding. Sonia, are you serious? Tell me. Huh. Anyway, I just thought that was interesting. I know we like to talk about the ghetto and black people. I'm sorry, it really does bother me that we don't know enough about this type of shit, but we can talk about pop culture and get all, up in arms. Can't tell you, anything else, but people should be paying attention to this. This is dirty. If child actors can bring home money, I think that entertainers, sports players should be able to do the same. I think this is dirty. And this has been fought for a long, long time. I remember when I was in school and listening to all the people saying they weren't able to, very dirty, that their kids were being taken advantage of while these colleges used them up and threw them away. But anyway, there you have it. I'll read a little bit of the article for you. This is coming from Attorney Crump's page. He says that Trump is preparing to sign an executive order that would place federal limits, that's trash, on how much money college athletes can earn through name, image, and likeness, also known as NIL deals. The order, which is expected to stir national debate, marks a pivotal moment in ongoing evolution of college sports. There was a lot of people who fought for these college students to win some sort of financial gain from this. Since the NCAA first allowed athletes to profit off of their brand in 2021, the NIL era has transformed college athletes or athletics. Players have signed endorsement deals with national brands, launched businesses, and built lucrative social media followings. Supporters view this as a long overdue compensation in a multi-million-dollar industry. I think I told y'all maybe a month or so ago that there was a young black girl who had just got $1 million baseball deal. She was one of the first. But yeah, this is what's playing out right now. And you can bet your last dollar that it has to do with the fact that it's black and brown people, period. Okay, come on in, hit the like button. Peggy said, you're right, Diana. Stealing at Walmart might get you more time than time. Facts. It's just a fact. And he keeps 13 million. He keeps it or he wills it away to somebody, but somebody got the 13 million. He damn sure didn't spend it. Okay, come on in. Let's see. Teresa has something to say. She said, my son played football for 4 years and never got anything. They would get fined if they signed an autograph back then. That's right. That's right. Now my nephew and your grandson are getting paid big money and they deserve it. I agree that they deserve it. TNT G-Mom said there still will have to be permission signed from parents before the child can be paddled. Okay, so he did bring back corporal punishment. He brought back corporal punishment to the school. So the school can beat your child, but you as a parent can't spank your child or whatever the case may be. This is crazy. The power dynamic here is crazy to me. Teresa said, if it was a lot of clear players, it wouldn't be a problem. Well, you see who's in the president's ear, child. So it is what it is at this point. Who else do I have on my thumbnail that I want to talk about? I do want to say happy birthday to Wendy Williams, who has turned 61 today, actually. And she said that her only birthday wish is to be free from her conservatorship. And I agree. I'd like to see her free. 61 is still young. She should be out and enjoying the fruits of her labor. That's what I think. So I hope that she gets her birthday wish. You just sent it to me on Instagram. Okay. I actually just opened it. Today, Trump. Okay, she's right. She said, today Trump issued an executive order. Let me take this down. I don't know if y'all can see it. So today he issued an executive order allowing teachers to physically discipline students. Ain't that nasty? I'm shocked. Okay. He needs to keep his pathetic hands off of people's sports money, and off of other people's children too. Okay. From what I'm understanding, it looks like a lot of stuff is going on over there. Happy birthday, Wendy, for show. Yeah, we should all be up in arms. I don't care if you have a child that is you have a child that's playing sports or not. This is affecting the community as a whole. These kids you have to show people that they are appreciated, especially when they see others making money off of their back. That's a lot to take in. But yeah, let's move on, child. Y'all keep talking to me in the comments. Welcome everybody into the chat. Please hit the like button, okay? Please hit the like button and share the video. And I will talk to y'all about, who do I have up next? I talked to y'all about Tom. Let's talk about Justin Bieber. Justin and Hailey Bieber. So I told y'all that with all the money that Justin has made in his career, he owes a lot of money. Okay, I guess he was borrowing against his records and things like that, borrowing from the concert promoters. And he is in debt, $31 million, and he had to sell off a large part of his catalog in an attempt to, pay a little bit back. But his wife, Hailey, just signed, I think she had a makeup company that she signed over to Elf Cosmetics. $1 billion was a deal that she was, able to ink, which is absolutely fantastic. Congratulations to her. But I don't know if y'all have been paying attention. A lot of people have been saying that Justin is unhappy at home with Hailey Bieber, that he seems like he's happier with the likes of Sexy Red and SZA and some other people that he has been singing with and, dancing and bumping and grinding, child. And a lot of people have been questioning if he likes SZA at all, or if he likes Hailey, his wife, at all, because there's all kinds of videos over there on the TikTok of him, being mean to Hailey, walking away from her. She fell down in the street. They were in New York. Old girl got out the car and literally fell in the street on her hands and knees. He didn't even help her up. He started running. He ran away from her, hopped on some sort of skateboard. She had to pick herself up and dust herself off. Child, it was absolutely horrible. It was horrible. I don't know if y'all saw it. Look, Liza More Lies said, leave him now, child. Yeah, but now that she done got that money, it looks like she's about to do her hubby a big favor, okay? According to reports, this is coming from Jasmine Brand, they say that Justin isn't expected to pay the $31 million settlement to, I think it's Hib and Scooter Braun's former company, until his wife, Hailey Bieber, she actually owned a makeup company called RHOA. They said until she closes her sale to Elf. Y'all know she's waiting for her $1 billion check. And once she gets her $1 billion, the debtors on the other side are going to wait patiently so that they can collect that $31+ million debt that Bieber owes them. They said that there was an audit done and it showed that he owed $26 million to one of the creditors. And then he canceled a concert tour. That's why he owed $26 million. Then he owes another $11 million for back commissions. And then they're going to do a favor and waive 8 million of that commission. So total is $31.5 million. They said, we'll wait for your wife to get her check and then we can get our check. Okay. There you have it. And because of that, there's all these pictures that's been circulating now of the Biebs, okay? The Biebs and Hailey snuggled up on yachts. They said that he seems way nicer than he used to be. What did I play for y'all earlier?
Ooh wee! Look what that money make a bitch do.
Listen, it don't matter. It don't matter what color, child, at all. Okay. At the end of the day, money talks. All right. Let's see. She did. Congratulations. Yep, she did. She sold her company $1 billion. That's a lot of damn money, baby. She should have left him before she got that money. Apparently not. She loves her baby. He better stay over there with that billionaire and be nice. You better talk nice. Talk nice to her. Bless her heart, child. We shall see. That's what's going on. I hate that these young ladies feel obligated to pull their men out of the mess. And they should leave them exactly where they're at, huh? Either way, that's what's going on with the Biebs for now. That's what's going on with the Biebs for now. Let's talk about Porsha Williams real quick. Because child, unreal, okay? I'm like, Porsha, I will turn. Oh, okay. You saying that you'll if Hailey will have you, you will have her. See, money will make you do a couple of things for change too. How about that? Anyway, let's get to it. Let's talk about Porsha Williams since we're here. Let me get her video up real quick, child. So I told y'all yesterday that Porsha's ex-husband, he pulling a quickie. He's pulled a fast one on Porsha. It is financial abuse. I don't care how you paint it, okay? He was ordered to pay her $40,000 a month. He was ordered to pay all the bills on the home he purchased before the marriage, but he did use that home to leverage in a prenuptial. So at the time, he thought everything was all good. Now, Porsha has let some information out there about her marriage, saying, listen, I knew that he didn't have his green card. I didn't want him to travel outside the country. What else did she say? The only thing that I heard that was real important is that Simon had asked her to sign some documents that he said were had to do with business. And when she said that she wanted her lawyers to look it over, which would have been smart, that he got pissed and said, F it, you don't have to sign shit, and snatched everything up from her. And then that's when he left the country. He had went to Costa Rica. That's what she had said, okay? I don't think that I've heard him talk about that very much, but she said that that was like one of the things that made her look differently at him. Like, well, why can't I get my lawyers to look at it, okay? But she said that. Either way, Simon had went on some news station, I don't know, sometime in June, and he basically said he's taking this shit all the way to Supreme Court, and he does not give a damn. He will pay whatever it takes to bleed Porsha dry, because she's not going to live high off the hog on his money. That's how I took it, okay? That's what I heard. Did y'all hear the same thing? At least until I can ask for financial support. Okay. You're talking about with Hailey? What you plan on doing over there with Hailey, child? I know Porsha hates the day she married that man, because Simon is absolutely crazy. He tried to put her name on those shell companies. Now, that's what I heard, child. And then he did go. Did he go to Dubai? Oh, he went to Dubai, not Costa Rica. Thank you for the correction. Whatever happened, because everybody kept saying, we want the tea, like she didn't tell it. She told it. The man wanted me to sign off on some shit. I said, let me get my lawyers to look over it, which would have been the smart thing. He got pissed, snatched all the paperwork from her and said, listen, scram, okay? I don't have time for you and your, choo-choo Underground Railroad brain or some shit. Whatever he said to her. Anyway, new tea. Simon has hit Porsha with a $500,000 lawsuit, saying, listen, heifer, you out here talking about that I have ED, which is erectile dysfunction. And he said that is defamation. Okay. He wants a judgment over the ED post. He is seeking damages for harm to his reputation, alleged misconduct, emotional distress, humiliation, loss of business opportunities, and sponsorships. $500,000. Baby, did y'all see my wall today? Did y'all see what I posted on my community wall? I said, who you marry is more important than what you do for a living, what your career choice is. Who you marry is more important than your career choice, because it could tear your whole life down. Facts, okay? Let me see. She said in court, he put her name on shell companies without her knowledge. He is harassing her, but the court keep ordering him to pay the court fees. Simon sounds bitter and ridiculous. Bleed himself to death from the money that he has to pay her. Simon, let it go. Well, listen, pay attention. This is how people fight. He wasn't talking to the 265 Porsha. Right. How many days a year? 265? Where the hell? What did Miss Nene say? Where the hell that bitch live at? Okay? Where the hell that bitch live at? Be careful who you marry, because you definitely could be paying for it for the rest of your life. But according to documents obtained by U.S. Weekly, Simon Guobadia told the court that he will be seeking $500,000 from Porsha Williams, okay, due to her social media posts. Now, even though Porsha did not put this man's name on this post anywhere, people did get in her comments and make suggestions that it was possibly Simon. She just kept moving on, okay? But he also put a name on it. So thanks, Simon. Porsha's lawyer argued that these posts simply provided information regarding a common condition, and that the defendant even uses the hashtag mental health. The defendant, which is Porsha, even used the hashtag men's health awareness to draw awareness to the information that may help some of the defendant's social media followers. So Porsha didn't put a name on it, and her lawyer's doing what she's supposed to do, which is say, listen, how would he even tie himself to that? Why would he tie himself to that? There was no name on that shit. He's not lying. He's not lying. But anyway, Williams has demanded that the suit be thrown out of court. Her lawyer wrote, none of Williams' posts actually refer to any particular individual, let alone Guobadia specifically. Guobadia said that he believes that he is entitled to punitive damages for Williams' alleged malicious conduct. Guobadia sued Williams, 44, for defamation in November, and he has continued to up the ante when it comes to this lawsuit. We already know that they have split. Child, whatever. What y'all got to say? That's true. Marriage can ruin your life, your career, your everything. Facts. That's why people should take prenups a little more seriously, because it can really mess your life up. He is bragging and telling bloggers he not paying, but which judge will give him $500K? I don't know. Without him paying her current alimony, he's crazy. No one cares about his peen. Nobody cares. Okay. Anyway, Porsha is basically out here saying she's not worried about Simon or shit Simon has to say. And she had posted this in response a little earlier today. Check this out. She said, point of view, when you're randomly thinking about how blessed you are, okay? You see the smile, his little head? That's the cutest little boy. But she said, listen, sometimes you just have that little wave of, damn, you know what? I got it like that. So basically, she's like, Simon's bitter. Simon's bitter. It's clear he's bitter. He's not getting anything out of her. And it looks like she made the best decision, the right decision. Okay. Porsha is on the next sucker, on to the next sucker. Porsha should block him. A hit dog will holler, child. That's what I thought, because as soon as I saw it, I didn't even know what ED was. I'm not going to lie. I had to look it up. I was like, what the hell is ED? She did hashtag men's health awareness. She did do that, but I still didn't even tie it together. It wasn't until Simon chimed in that I was like, oh, why would you even take that on? That's not cool. He is telling these bloggers stuff and they're running with it like it's the truth. What's new? That happens all the time, child. But look, he wants people to know. A lot of people be talking about narcissism. He shouldn't even be worried about what's going on over here. He's all the way on a whole another continent. He's over there in Nigeria, and he is sitting here talking to the bloggers, making sure that the bloggers who yip yap about Porsha's business keep it out there. And it happens all the time. Happens all the time. Exactly. Facts. Either way, I thought that was funny. I thought that little boy was cute. I liked his little face. He looks like my nephew, actually. Can I even put him up here, child? Hold on. He just has the cutest little face eating them Doritos or whatever the hell he eating. Tasha K keeps repeating lies. Let me see. She told people the mortgage alone is $65K and Porsha can't afford it. Porsha paid while he was locked up. I don't know. I do believe that he has certain bloggers that he shares information with, for sure. I do believe even him pushing his stuff out, I think it may have been People last time or US Weekly. He's keeping all of that information in the press. So he's getting his lick back, whatever it is. Okay. Yes, I have a cousin. I have a nephew named Little James. Little James looked just like him to me. Anyway, let's move on. Let's talk about Shannon's raggedy ass. Oh my goodness, Shannon and Gabby. Listen, I told y'all that I thought Shannon was watching that Diddy trial and he was probably shaking in his damn boots. He had already stepped down at ESPN, but he said, I'll be back. I'll be back right before football season. But I was like, there's no way this man wants all of this mess online. He does not want it out there. This is a person who literally had one of the cleanest football careers of all time. All time. Nobody knew anything about him, okay? And then overnight, wipe the hell out, okay? Because he wants to be getting a little noogie from an old OnlyFans child, okay? Because I think they said she's 20 now. If she's 20 now and that relationship has been going on for 5 years, how old was she when you met her? Nasty self. Okay, but all of that shit was being threatened to come out, and some of it had already come out. He was trying to act like he was bigger than the situation, talking about he'd play the tape himself, and he was going to sue Tony Busby. He was also threatening to sue Gabby. But it looks like he done walked it all back, child, because as of today, a deal has been made. How many years was it? I thought it was definitely made her seem like she was about 17. How many years? Somebody Google it. How many years did they say that shit went back? It wasn't 2 years, I didn't think. I thought it was 5. Because people were asking, what's going on? But anyway, and Alex says that he met her when she was 19. She's 21 now. All right, cool. I'll take your word for it. What's up, Miss Tina? Everybody say hello to Miss Tina in the chat. She's one of our mods. You believe it was 3. Okay. I may have gotten that wrong. I'm okay with correcting it. He started with her when she was 19. Still too young because he's old as hell. He is old as hell, let's face it. But either way, he decided that he would get together with this little young thing, thought that he would pull the wool over her eyes, or he had the upper hand, and she actually had the whammy on his ass. She was filming him, video, I guess filming their little acts, the things that they were doing to each other, taping phone calls, all kinds of nasty stuff. And she threatened to put it out there and ruin his squeaky clean image. And even though it has not gone to court, it's not, because it looks like a settlement has been made. It's too late. The damage is done. A lot of it has been put out there. So Shannon Sharpe's great allegations are now going to be dismissed, okay? Per the attorney for Gabby, that is Tony Busby. Tony Busby said the case is now dismissed. Both sides had agreed that the relationship was consensual and that it was tumultuous on both sides. That is what is being said. The statement from Tony Busby today read that the Tony Busby law firm, the Tony Busby law firm has filed a complaint in Nevada making several allegations against Shannon Sharpe on behalf of our client. This was the first time around. And they said that both sides have acknowledged a long-term consensual and tumultuous relationship. After a protracted, I think it's agreement, respectful negotiation, we're pleased to announce that they have reached a mutual agreed upon resolution. That means that money was actually exchanged. All matters have now been addressed satisfactorily, and the matter or the case is now closed. The case will be dismissed with prejudice, which means that they can't bring it back up, okay? Can't bring it back to court. Dismissed with prejudice. There you have it. Tony's making a lot of money off the brown men, for sure. What's sad, in my opinion, is that folks will end up still working with him, though. Still working with who? Shannon Sharpe. Is that what you're talking about? Nobody stopped working with him. He's not lost anything. He's continued. Outside of him saying, I resign, I'm stepping down, not resign. I'm stepping down from my position at ESPN, but I will be back before football season. He said he was just stepping down so that he can put his attention to the legal matters. Okay. So he didn't even get fired. ESPN didn't come out and say, hey, we're going to stop working with him. That didn't happen. And everybody who was working with him before continued to work with him. So there was no punishment there. I mean, first off, you are innocent until proven guilty. Let me put that out there. You are innocent until proven guilty. But pay attention. When I say pay attention to stuff like this, what I mean is sometimes the public can scream, shout, fuss, cuss about one person, and someone else can be accused of something similar and nobody will say a word. The public outrage changes depending on who the person is. Let's see. He lost sponsors. I didn't even know he had sponsors. But if you're talking about on where, did he have some that liquor brand that he has on his YouTube channel? You can lose a few sponsors. You'll get them back. Sponsors are if he continues to bring in them numbers, some sponsors will be right there, not missing a beat at all. On his YouTube show. Okay, so let's just say this: even if there was a few people, and I'm assuming what I'm on his YouTube, what I'm assuming you're saying is that there were separate sponsors outside of what he actually gets paid on YouTube, because YouTube runs commercials on his platform. There's a partnership with YouTube that was not broken. That still gets paid out, but sometimes people can come to me, like they can come to him and say, hey, do you want to do a brand deal? So if that's what you're referring to, okay, gone today, he'll pick up 2 more tomorrow. That's why he settled this. it's not the suffering that you think he's going through. That man's still wealthy. He hasn't lost anything. Nothing. Zero. Complete. Yeah. So yeah, I don't think that he suffered anything. He's not a thing. Not a thing. I don't. I'm not even gonna say I don't think. It's a fact. So at the end of the day, all of the stuff that had come out about how he was getting shaken down, how Tony Busby was shaking him down, how he was a black man, compared himself to Jay-Z, actually said he was going to sue Tony Busby as well. Looks like that all went out the window. The amount is undisclosed. They just said that there was an agreed upon resolution. He had already offered Gabby 10 million and Gabby said no. She wanted more than 10 million. I think she wanted 50. Let's see if she actually got it. But she's probably disappeared. So last week Thursday, when Gabby was didn't show up in court, her lawyer Tony Busby didn't show up in court. Now we know why. They probably tried to do something quiet, but now we know why. Okay. So anyway, that's it, y'all. That's it. That's all. She probably got less. Why do you think that? She wanted 10. He was willing to write a check for 10. And let me also say this. He actually has another lawsuit on his head for something very similar, for abuse against a woman. There is another lawsuit out there outside of Gabby's. So I think there was 2, just so you know. Rena, what do you mean by this? I don't understand why it's okay for younger legal females to go after older rich men and sue and never get held accountable for anything. What do you mean by that? Tell me. I want to make sure I understand you correctly. Let's say this. You said you believe that she got less because she rejected the offer. So he wanted to take it to court, right? So what she was holding over his head was a video. And then audio. So there was audio where he was supposedly, there was all kinds of race play in their little, acts, things that people would not be able to erase from their brains. You don't want to see that man talking about football. If you heard any of that shit, my guess is she probably got paid more. I think she got paid more. And okay, let's see. Yes, Teresa, I did. That was my first story, I believe. You have to go back and listen to it. What's up, Lone Star? I'm not so sure that she got paid less, but I do know that he got 2 lawsuits on his back from women who accused him of similar acts. You bet she got double? Yeah, more than likely. Not near that 50. Okay. You might be right, child. I don't know. We shall see. Whatever she got offered, we know it was enough for her to pull it out of court, okay? Because she's an OnlyFans model. Who gives a shit? You know what I'm saying? She is a 20-something-year-old OnlyFans model who had the rest of her life ahead of her, okay? She don't have to go back to showing a nipple or whatever the hell she was doing. The X work, she don't have to do that anymore. Gabby knew that Shay was older and she saved everything they'd done. Why is it okay for her to sue for money? Are you saying that you think that she set him up? Is that what you're saying? Because she could have. I don't know. But I'm going to say this. When you are Shannon Sharpe, because who's holding all the cards? Shannon Sharpe has more money. Shannon Sharpe has more to lose. Shannon Sharpe has a whole lot, you know what I'm saying? He has to vet better. He has certain things that he likes. He got to vet better. He got to make sure that he gets into contracts with these women, possibly. It doesn't look like he had a contract. It looks like he just thought because he was Shannon Sharpe, he could go in, get whatever he wanted from this lady and walk out. And that he didn't think she was too bright, that he didn't think that she was, taping him on the other side. That's his dumbness. I don't feel sorry for him. I think that, yeah, I agree. He was dumb and she saw a trick. I couldn't have said it better. He had all the cards. He held the power. He just was slow. And by the way, just because he was in a lawsuit and he made that payout doesn't mean that his desires change. He likes what he likes. He just got to move smarter. Here we go. The moment that she refused to sign the NDA, he should have moved on. I'm saying that it happens for broke old men and women don't sue. So you're saying that if it wasn't a Shannon Sharpe, that women wouldn't sue? Right. I agree, but I don't think that's the point of it. I think the point of it is that you are going to wait for the lick. Shannon is a lick. It is what it is. Shannon likes what he likes. He's going to have the same problem in the future if he doesn't make smarter moves. He was a dum-dum. Yeah. There's nothing you can do with that. That is what it is. I'm not even going to say that this is a black man problem. People do horrible shit. All of them. Okay? You don't have to look very far in history to know what's going on. I mean, slavery was just a breeding ground for it. They used to take black women's bodies and use us to breed new babies, new labor. Okay? Like, come on. Let's think about this a little bit. It's all of them. You just have to get some help, I guess. Just like Simon, he thought that he would play Porsha like he had did his other wives that he had dropped in the middle of the night. He never offered one. I believe he played on her being young and naive. He definitely thought she was naive. She was not. But yeah, it's a expensive lesson to learn. It's an expensive lesson, but it's one that he has to figure out. This is a person who literally his entire football career, he kind of, wanted to be the smart guy or seen as a smart guy who couldn't get hemmed up. Did y'all ever listen to him talk on the YouTube channel? How he'd be like, I would never let a woman stay at my house. If we gonna have our little thing, we do what we do and you go home, I go home. Like he's always acting like he's protecting himself from women. And then overnight, everything that he had ever said came out there as him being just dumb. It's dumb as everybody else. Okay. You haven't heard anything else about Smokey Robinson? Well, his case was being investigated by, I think, LA, the authorities over in LA. So they were investigating it as a criminal case. We shall see what happens next. Right. Cocky. Yeah. If y'all ever listen to him, because I would listen to him, I would always be like, I'm not even kidding. I always had to close an eye. Like, why do I get the impression that this mofo got a whole lot of horrible shit happening in his life? But he loved to like, tell other men that were sitting across from him, this is how you should play it. This is how you should do it. I wouldn't. Okay. And it turns out he does, and he do. Okay. He has, he does, he do. What his grandma and his auntie and my mama, I could never, overnight, snatched. And there's a whole bunch of people laughing at his ass too. Period. But anyway, y'all, that's it. I just thought it was funny. We shall see what happens next. Let's see if ESPN takes him back. They just fired a commentator, a female commentator who had some sexual harassment lawsuits against her higher ups. So let's see if they bring Shannon back in the fold. We shall see. Y'all, we are in some interesting times. A lot of stuff that, used to be a secret will be a secret no more. It is what it is. Got to move smarter. You see my eyelash. Got to move smarter. That's it. But that's it, y'all. Let me put this up here. Y'all see it? If you are just now coming in, go ahead and rewind it. Listen to all the stories, including Jamal White's mother, who has been named as being a part of her son's kidnapping, unfortunately. So go back and listen to those stories at the beginning all the way through. Hit the like button, share the video, please, and thank you. Follow me on all my platforms at DYANAROZAY. I appreciate every single one of y'all, including my moderators, for coming through and helping out today. I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me. And I will check you on the next one. Bye-bye.